Russia may launch direct military confrontation with NATO, Germany warns. October 15, 2025. Russia could launch a military confrontation with Europe at any time, and Germany is its number one target, according to an intelligence chief in Berlin. German lawmakers were warned on Monday that Russia wanted to expand its sphere of influence westward and Moscow would use hybrid techniques to exert its clout. Russia will not shy away from direct military confrontation with NATO if necessary, said Germany's foreign intelligence chief, Martin Jaeger. Newsweek has contacted the Russian Foreign Ministry for comment. Why it matters. Jaeger has issued the latest warning by Germany that Russia may be preparing for a direct military confrontation with NATO by the end of the decade. This echoes concerns by the alliance's eastern flank members, which have raised the alarm over hybrid actions they blame on Moscow, like drone and aircraft incursions, signaling potential Kremlin aggression beyond Ukraine. What to know? Alongside the leaders of Germany's domestic and military intelligence agencies, Jaeger told a public briefing with parliament members in Berlin on Monday that Russia threatened the icy peace with Europe, which could erupt at any moment into heated confrontation. As the biggest EU country and a supporter of Ukraine, Germany was Russia's biggest target, he said. In March, the publications European Pravda and Bild reported that German security officials believed the Kremlin was preparing for a large-scale conventional war with NATO by the end of the decade. In June, Germany's chief of defense, General Carsten Breuer, told the BBC that NATO must be ready to repel a possible Russian attack within the next 4 years, and that the Baltic states could be among the first in the firing line. But Jaeger said that the Kremlin's wider aggression could come before 2029 and that it was already using methods such as election manipulation, propaganda, and provocations to undermine NATO and destabilize Europe. This view was echoed at the same meeting by Sinan Celan, president of the German Domestic Intelligence Service, BFV, who referred to recent incursions of Russian drones into Poland and Russian fighter jets entering Estonian airspace, which Moscow has denied. Moscow is also suspected of being behind incidents that halted flight operations in Munich as well as sabotage and disinformation campaigns, with Celan saying, Russia is aggressively pursuing its political ambitions against Germany, the EU, and its Western allies. Other European officials have warned that Russia is intensifying attacks against Europe, such as Polish National Security Bureau Chief Sławomir Sienkiewicz, who told the Financial Times the Kremlin increasingly relies on ad hoc local agents for sabotage missions in the continent. The Institute for the Study of War, ISW, said Monday Sienkiewicz's comments chime with its assessment that Russia has entered phase 0 of a possible NATO-Russia war. The Washington, D.C.-based think tank said any ceasefire or long-term pause in Ukraine would free up Russian forces for rapid redeployment to Russia's eastern border with NATO. What happens next? NATO members have pledged to up their defense spending due to the threat posed by Russia. Meanwhile, European countries are pushing forward a drone wall project to protect against incursions by Moscow, although there are hurdles to overcome in the project. Quoted Newsweek story by Brendan Cole, October 15, 2025.